Welcome back to another episode of Barefoot Doctors Sailing. In this episode we're going to be sharing with you the various steps it takes to drop the Oxley Levante safely and easily. We do have several other videos about setting up and sailing with an Oxley, so check those ones out too. Of course, when you hoisted the Oxley the weather was perfect, but we all know things change, wind strengths rise and squalls can happen. So when you want to get the Oxley down, you do need to be able to do it with confidence and knowing you can do it even in stronger winds. So let's join Paul Badenhorst again and follow his steps. If you have a bungee attached to the sheet line, that must be removed first, and if you have any snubbers or any other lines attached to the tack line, that should be removed also. In preparation for the drop, get the Oxley sail bag out, untie the snuffer line from wherever you tied it on, and make sure there are no twists around the sail, especially around the head. Make sure you have a clean run down to the windward side so the sail can be pulled down on that side without twisting around the forestay. Power up the engines to reduce the apparent wind on your Oxley, with 1 or 2 engines depending on the wind strength. Then, when the snuffer person is ready, release the sheet line fast and smoothly. Only after the top of the sail folds in on itself does the person on the snuffer line start pulling on the downhaul. Once the snuffer starts coming down over the sail, keep pulling the snuffer down as fast as reasonably possible. Pull the snuffer all the way down to as far as it goes down the bottom of the sail, with only the tack and the clew exposed. Also notice if you pull the snuffer down onto the aft part of the front trampoline, the tails are less likely to drop over the front stanchions and into the water. After that, just untie the sheet and the tack line, fold the bottom of the sail into the sock, and then pack the sail into the sail bag as you drop the halyard. Fold the snuffer line on the top of the sail and put the sail bag away. So now let's see how some other drops occurred and let you understand what you may need to do. Before we even start this one, notice that the snuffer person is sitting at the aft of the bow, but quite far towards the midline. This event would have been avoided if he had sat out on the windward side of the bow. As the snuffer is coming down, the wind drifts the sail to the leeward side of the forestay, and then as he continues to pull down on the downhaul, the snuffer does not come around to the windward side. The tails of the sail fall over the front stanchions and onto the bowsprit. When this happens, don't panic. Just gently lift the sail up over the stanchions and the bowsprit, because there are lots of sharp corners that may rip your sail if you're too violent or vigorous with the retrieval. The snuffer person is now in the correct position for this drop, but the overkeen assistants pull the sail forward on the leeward side to keep them away from the stanchions and the bowsprit, resulting in the snuffer not being able to properly pull the sail forward onto the windward side. At least the sail is under control and this is easy to retrieve. Just pull the sail round to the right side and pack the sail as normal. Again, if the snuffer was pulled more to windward and forward of the forestay, this probably would not have happened, but it is still a successful drop.
Lay down here and pull the sail in like this.
Forward.
It doesn't drop into the water.
After Paul's description of how to lay on the foredeck and pull the snuffer down over the sail, we try to emulate his excellence, but here you see there is too much resistance for the downhaul, and that is being created by the sheet not being let off adequately. The person on the sheet line really needs to be looking to see what's happening and allow the sail to be snuffed fully in a single process. At the same time, any slack in the sheet rope should be taken in, because you don't want ropes trailing in the water.
I'm going to run the motors quite hard, and you will see that sheet coming fast.
And then pull.
And only once it pulls at the top. Watch the top of the sail. As that clew reaches that clew, it will start falling at the top. That's when you start bringing it down, not before the time.
In this drop we are practicing is if Mark is on the boat with his wife alone and we are not available to help him. It is his first experience of pulling the snuffer down over the sail.
Now go. Now go. Go.
At this point he doesn't think he's going to be able to manage it alone, so he's asking for help.
Go get the sail. John?
No, keep pulling, keep pulling.
But we can see everything is under control. It just doesn't feel like it. And the key is to get the snuffer down over the sail as fast as possible so the wind cannot catch it anymore. Now he moves forward to the more windward side of the aft foredeck, and although one of the tails did go over the front stanchions, it was only the last metre or two. So the key is to keep pulling the snuffer down and to the windward side as fast as you can. That keeps the tails under control and not dropping over the front of the boat.
How was that, Tom?
Not so bad at all.
Great stuff, great. If you get hit by a squall, the weight you power the sail immediately, let your sheet fly, it goes to the front, you power the sail immediately, and then you can snuff it quite easily.
Okay. It goes to the windward side because the sail's flapping on the leeward side.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. You say you let the sheet off to drop the sail, and the snuffer will come down relatively easily.
Very, very, very easily. It's a twin snuffer line system. So when you take it up, it also pulls the sock from the middle up and from the bottom up simultaneously. So there's no bunching of the sail around the wing. And when you bring it down as well, bring a twin line snuffer system, it comes down twice as fast.
Okay.
And you must just always make sure that your head isn't twisted, the snuffer lines aren't twisted. Yes.
Let's say we see a squall coming. Could you run through the steps of how do I get it down quick and easy if I'm up on my own?
Certainly.
Obviously 2 people is better.
You can do by yourself as well if you know what you're doing. So the first thing I would do is start the motor.
Yeah.
Maybe run it for a minute.
Yeah.
If you haven't got a minute, the squall is here.
Yeah.
Then you just push.
Yeah.
And you literally just let your sheet fly. In this case, your sheet is green.
Yeah.
Sheet's on that side, so you just let your sheet fly.
Yeah.
I don't say, firstly, it's under pressure at the moment. I would first unlock that spin lock there.
Yeah.
Unlock. And then not just let it fly, but let it out as fast, controlled as fast as possible. When I say fly, I don't mean just let it run.
Yeah, let it run, because then it can...
You feed it fast with at least 1 or 2 turns around the wind, so it doesn't run away if you're and the sheet you will let fly all the way to the front, so that clue of that sail will be right
in front, not in the water.
Yes. The halyard, the polyester braided halyard that we normally use as halyard, adjust after every 3-4 hours to prevent any chafe.
It was nice getting perspective of the size of the sail against the person, you know.
Yeah. And this is a big person.
That's you, yeah. So you're 6'5" or something, are you?
Yeah.
So hopefully seeing these different drops has helped you understand the processes when you're dropping the Oxley, and we will also be creating a video showing you how you can use a secondary snuffer line and use your winches to add a little bit of extra power to bring the snuffer down if you're short-handed or sailing with a husband and wife combination. We will also bring you a video of how to drop the Oxley single-handed with Paul demonstrating how it's done. These should all be really exciting episodes, so please like, subscribe and ding the bell to see whenever we release another video. All the best guys, and hopefully that was useful for you all. See you barefoot and out on the water.